everyone. Welcome to This Day. It is Thursday, September 8th. We do have a few meetings to tell you about today, so let's just jump to it. At 10 this morning, we have the 3rd Mutual Garden Villas Association meeting, and that will be in Clubhouse 5. Then at 1:30, we have the GRF Community Activities Committee meeting. That will be in the boardroom as well as virtual. Then at 4 p.m., we have the United Resident Advisory Committee, and that will be in the Elm Room. On our show today, we have Dr. Daniel Walters, who is here on behalf of Memorial Care Medical Center, Saddleback Medical Center. And then we have ladies from the Theater Guild, Barbara Powell and Evelyn Hoffman. They're going to talk about some upcoming events and workshops that they have available to you. All right, let's take a look at our weather. Well, we are still warm, very hot actually this week, but we are expecting lots of rain here in the next couple of days. Let's first take a look at our weekly weather. We are looking at partly cloudy skies today, increasing as the days go on. Tomorrow, it'll still be very hot. We are going to have rain, and we've got Tropical K approaching. Then Saturday, very warm with rain. It's going to start feeling like Florida here. Partly sunny on Sunday, 84-73, and then Monday, 83-74. Let's take a look at this map that I have prepared for you. It is a tracker map of what is then hurricane, which was a couple of days ago. Hurricane K has now become a tropical storm, and by the time it reaches us, it'll be a tropical depression. This is what we're looking at by Friday night. We are looking at lots and lots of rain. That is going to be here through Saturday night. Now, even though we still have rain, it's still going to be hot, so we still have the cooling centers. So here are the hours of the cooling centers, which is Clubhouse 1, 4, 5, and 7, Village Greens Lobby, and the Village Library. Most of them are open every day through tomorrow until late in the evening. However, the best place to check is go to the Laguna Woods Village .com website, and you can type in cooling centers and it'll give you that information. Our sunrise this morning was at 6:30 and our sunset will be at 7:07, and we are still going to do the daylight savings, but that's not until November. So as it gets closer, we will remind you. Now, our joke of the day is what stays in the corner but travels all over the world? A stamp. So thank you to Debbie Dotson for sending that in. So we appreciate you sending in the joke of the day. Please keep those jokes coming. Remember, they have to be clean and they have to be somewhat in short nature, like this one was. And we will use them right here on our program this day. All right, stick around. We're going to have Dr. Daniel Walters, who is an interventional cardiologist, and we're going to talk about heart disease. We'll be right back.
I'm so happy to recommend Dr. Fairman. I've been going to her for 9 years. She's done implants, crowns, bridges, root canals, and I've been happy with everything that she's done. The staff is so friendly and pleasant, kind, and gentle. I would recommend her to anyone.
We are now fully open for all your dental needs and invite you to come in and experience the brilliant smile difference.
We are close to Gate 6 near Snooty Fox Restaurant behind Coco's.
Number one reported accident for a senior is a fall.
Hi there, I'm Bob Eubanks. If you've taken a bad fall or your balance isn't what it used to be, it's time to try 60 Up. It's safe, it's effective balance training that can get you back on your feet in as little as 3 weeks, like it did me.
If you have balance, strength, or mobility issues, you need 60 Up.
Within a couple weeks, my balance has improved.
If you're feeling scared, you need 60 Up.
It works.
Go to 60up.com. That's the number 60up.com.
It changed my life, and it can change yours too.
Village Television presents Friday Films, only on Village Television. Fridays at 2 and 6 p.m. Foreign films, dramas, and comedies. Award-winning films, romance and mystery. Independent films. Every Friday, only on Village Television.
Hey, beach walkers, grandkid chasers, stair climbers, dance lovers, weekend warriors, and yogis. Your life demands activity, and joint pain shouldn't hold you back. Get personalized joint care that's as unique as you, with high satisfaction rates to prove it, at Memorial Care. Your joint replacement patient navigator will be by your side, helping you safely return to more. Like another beach, extra hug, and one more song. More from life is calling with Memorial Care.
Welcome back. As I mentioned, we have Dr. Danielle Walters here, who is an interventional cardiologist with Memorial Care Saddleback Medical Center. Well, welcome. How are you?
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me today.
Oh, you're welcome. Well, we are interested to learn about you since this is your first time here with us. So let's just jump into that. You're an interventional cardiologist. You've been with Memorial Care for just a little bit. Tell me where you're from and why you got into this.
Absolutely, yeah. So I've been with Memorial Care for about 2 months now. I'm an interventional cardiologist by training, and I was on faculty at UC San Diego for 3 years before I came up here. My wife and I are both from Michigan originally, where we did our medical school and our training, and she has family locally in the area in Aliso Viejo. And we visited here 11 years ago, my first time ever in California, and I just told her, why are we not practicing medicine here already?
Yeah.
So we came out when we had the opportunity to continue our training in San Diego, and then moved up here when the opportunity arose just a few months ago.
Oh, that's great. Well, yeah, coming from an area like Michigan, which is great for your schooling, but then when it comes to the weather, I'm sure this is a lot better.
It's beautiful for 3 months of the year.
Well, you can always just go visit during those months, right?
We are visiting next week.
Perfect, perfect. Well, let's talk about what it means to be a cardiologist and an interventional cardiologist. What is the difference?
Sure. So a cardiologist is someone that's completed their basic 3 years of internal medicine training, and then on top of that, another 3 years of general cardiology fellowship. So there's a number of those throughout the country, and that's where you learn the basics of the full litany of cardiac care. Interventional cardiology training is then a specific program beyond that. It's 1 to 2 years. At UC San Diego, where I trained, it's a 2-year program where you essentially focus just on minimally invasive procedures, how to perform them, and how to do things like open blocked heart arteries in patients that have narrowed arteries because of calcium or cholesterol. And in the second year that I did, and that's something is becoming more prevalent, how to also do minimally invasive valve replacements, something which is really a brand new treatment that didn't even exist when I was younger, just a decade ago.
Right, and technology is moving very fast, as I think
Absolutely.
we certainly are seeing, and what you can attest to. So when you talk about minimally invasive, you just mentioned stenting. So what does that involve?
Yeah, so stenting, the basics of the procedure involve placing an IV into the artery, either of the wrist or the groin. That allows us to then deliver equipment into your heart itself. And using that equipment, we can visualize the arteries, the trajectory they take, areas that look like narrowed components because of calcium or cholesterol that's developed over time. And if need be, because of symptoms such as chest pain or an abnormal stress test, or because of treatment needs for something like a heart attack, we can actually use a balloon to open up those blockages and then place a stent if need be to act as a scaffold to prevent those blockages from hopefully recurring.
Okay, and then the other ones that you mentioned, well, I have them here, is Watchman and TAVR. So those are the actual descriptions of the operation itself?
Those are actually a little bit different than the stenting of the heart arteries. So those are the structural procedures that we do independent of the arteries themselves.
Okay.
TAVR or TAVR is a way to minimally invasively replace the aortic valve. This is something that was an open heart surgery up until the early 2000s when this was first developed, actually in Paris, and eventually brought to the United States. And it's becoming, in many instances, the standard of care for what was initially patients that were deemed too high risk to undergo an open heart surgery, but now often for patients that simply choose not to undergo an open heart surgery and instead prefer a minimally invasive route.
Right.
It's something that we are doing dozens of locally here at Saddleback and through Memorial Care with excellent outcomes. And it's a great way to get a patient who wants to avoid an open heart surgery through a procedure that has significant benefit after the fact.
Well, and then also, I think if you look at the differences of recovery, I mean, obviously people will probably be back up on their feet within, what, days?
It's tremendous. We at our institution have a standard of care in place where typically it's 1 night of observation in the hospital.
Wow.
And even that 1 night is often just precautionary. Patients that have their procedure in the morning, in theory, could go home that same day, and that's something we are exploring.
Man, that's crazy.
It's fantastic.
It is, right? Because, I mean, we don't want to have surgery, but when you have to have surgery, having something minimal like that is definitely ideal. You know, when it comes to heart risk, there are things that we should be doing to either monitor what we're doing prior to this, or once we find out, what are some things?
Yeah, that's an excellent question. So certainly looking at things like diet and exercise, what we call primary prevention is very important. That's the idea of preventing a heart attack, preventing a stroke. There are some cardiac diseases that can't be prevented. Things like calcific buildup of the heart valves can't be prevented over time. Some of that's genetic. Some things necessarily are influenced by where you live, your culture. Stiffening of the heart, stiffening of the heart arteries. But overall, routine daily activity, moderate exercise, walking, and then the best evidence that we have is for a Mediterranean diet, where you really focus on healthy whole grains, fruits, vegetables, good sources of protein like fish, and then avoidance of what I say are the aisle foods. So when you're at the grocery store, stay around the perimeter and avoid those processed foods down the aisles.
That's a lot of coverage. That's going to be hard to just go to the exterior ones. Something that you mentioned was the calcium buildup, and you said that was genetic. When do you know that you have that?
Excellent question. So some of this is found incidentally. Patients may get a chest x-ray for something else and they see calcium on a heart valve. They may get a CAT scan because they were a former smoker in their 20s or 30s, and that CAT scan shows calcium in the heart arteries. So for those incidental findings, a lot of the patients that we end up seeing may need a stress test or further evaluation to determine if it's significant or not. Okay. Some patients, though, come in with new chest discomfort or chest pain. That's a very common finding. And then more commonly, even these days, we're seeing what we call atypical symptoms. So people that don't have kind of the clutching left side pressure that dad in the 1960s had, but more breathlessness or easy fatigue with their typical daily activities. Women in particular often come in with episodes of nausea or cold sweats, and that can be a sign that there's something going on as well.
Oh boy, that's definitely interesting. So cold sweats versus hot flashes. we have to make sure we make that distinction. All right, now Memorial Care has a heart risk assessment. What's involved with that?
Yeah, so anytime a patient comes into the emergency department or is in the hospital for any reason, the heart risk assessment's a general approach for us to take and say, what is their presentation for at the hospital stay? Is it cardiac or non-cardiac related? And if there's any question, then the heart risk helps us to determine, do we need to get a cardiologist involved? How soon does that need to happen? Another thing that we do at Saddleback and Memorial Care, any patient that comes in with any cardiac concern immediately in the ER has an EKG performed.
Okay.
And that triggers our 24/7 on-call team care to be prepared if there is an urgent heart attack need to immediately come in and perform a procedure as necessary if there's a blocked artery or something else urgent that needs to be done.
Okay, excellent. Well, is there anything I might have missed?
Well, there's so much to do with cardiac disease and cardiac care. There's a lot of development on the horizon, especially with the minimally invasive structural approach. We discussed valve replacement for the aortic valve. We also now have minimally invasive ways to repair the mitral valve, something that was also previously an open heart surgery as well. And then the Watchman procedure that you mentioned also, that's something that we can potentially use more commonly moving forward to reduce the need for blood thinners in patients that have that because of abnormal heart rhythms. So part of what I've looked to do since I've moved down here into South Orange County Cardiology is expand that care to our patients and to meet all of their needs and to keep that hopefully right here at home in Saddleback and at Memorial Care.
Well, that will certainly be nice for most people to get off blood thinners because there's so much going on in your body when you have blood thinners. I mean, bruising and so many other things. So that'll be quite a nice thing to have.
And I'm blown away by the number of patients I have that say, it's $600 per month, doctor.
Oh,
and I just say, oh my goodness.
Exactly, exactly. Well, good luck with that one. That'll be awesome. Well, thank you so much. It was very nice to meet you.
Thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure.
And congratulations on getting to SoCal.
Thank you so much. I'm looking forward to staying here for as long as possible.
All right. And if you want more information about risk assessment, you can always get in touch with memorialcare.org/MHVI. We'll be right back.
What sets MaidPro apart from other cleaning companies? Well, for starters, we're pros. So we're pro scrubbing, dusting, shining. We're pro kid and pet friendly. We're pro doing things your way, like not touching your messy desk. We're pro neat freak. We're pro affordable and pro Monday afternoons because that time was just right for you. In short, MaidPro is pro you. MaidPro, because your standards aren't standard.
The Salvation Army presents a Lunch and Learn workshop, Protecting Your Family and Increasing Your Income, September 29th at the Balboa Bay Club or September 30th at the Marbella Country Club. Call 1-800-298-6532 for more information.
Every year we would get a charitable gift annuity with the Salvation Army. This helps me, it helps my daughter, and it helps the Army. The Salvation Army will tide you over, give you shelter, give you food, and help you get back on your feet.
Pacific Cremation Services offers you the ultimate freedom to become one with the salty breezes and brilliant sunset reflections. A scattering at sea is a unique, beautiful way to honor the life of anyone who chooses to be cremated. We help you plan the details and understand what to expect. Choose from our 3 simple plans and let us help you start the process of healing and life celebration. Contact us at pacificcremationservices.com to create a personalized service at sea today.
Russia's invasion of Ukraine, COVID lockdowns in China, relentless inflation and rising interest rates have disrupted production and caused the global economy to stall. Is your money at risk during these uncertain times? Do you know how much exposure you have to the stock market and bond mutual funds? Should you even have money in the market today? Get a free risk analysis to ensure your capital is protected. Call now for information on the Safer Money System, 949-219-0692.
4M Dental Implant Center wants to give you something to smile about. Get our next generation one-day implants with the best deal we've ever offered. Take $2,500 off, plus an exam, CT scan, and x-rays for free. That's a $4,000 value. Our next generation implants are stronger and more natural looking than anything else available. See the difference with a free virtual consultation. Call 800-4M-DENTAL now to leave your embarrassing teeth in the past with our special offer.
Your smile again with 4M.
Welcome back, where we have Evelyn and Barbara here. Eveline. Oh my gosh, Eveline.
That's right, it is.
Don't say it wrong, Barbara.
I'm sorry?
Don't say it wrong.
Oh, she does.
Eveline.
God forbid.
From the Theater Guild.
That's
Well, welcome,
right.
ladies. How are you?
Very good.
We're good.
Thanks for having us.
Oh, you're
Love the
welcome.
haircut. Love.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. You know, it takes a lot to do my hair, so I just cut it all off. Well, ladies, you have a lot to cover, so let's just jump right in. First, you've got some workshops, and there's a lot of them.
Yes.
And they're all covering different stuff.
Yes. So actually, we had to cancel the 8 axioms of acting because Jeannie Sander had another commitment. But we have, what do we have? Voice and diction, getting your act together, and the basics of drama with Paul Kratzer.
Wow.
So Paul's is a one-day class. And the other ones are multiple weeks, 4 and 5 weeks.
Right. Now, so is that consecutive, or can people pop in, or how does that work?
They need to register, and they need to, well, you know, if they want to get a good grade, they need to come to all the classes, do the homework, you know.
Right.
Bribe the teachers.
Right.
I can interject, those classes are a lot of fun. I took one with Paul Kratzner before, and I just, the 2 hours flew by. It was so much fun.
And he's a great speaker. You know?
He
He's a
really
good speaker. He's a
very
good teacher.
personable guy.
Yeah,
he
smart.
does so much. Car Club and all these other things.
Yeah,
We seem to see him quite a bit.
It's like you again.
He is not taking retirement for granted, I can tell you that. Which most people here don't. You know, they're always really involved. And of course, Theater Guild, you guys always do so many things. So you do have a performance that is coming up.
We do. It's our monthly meeting, and it's called the What Could Possibly Go Wrong show. So there it is, and the Golden Girls, of which Eveline is one.
Hello. My name is Blanche.
Her name is Blanche.
I play Blanche, yeah.
So every board member is a character from Golden Girls. So Sandy O'Connor is Rose, and she is the public relations person. And then Dorothy is played by Wendy Shade, and she's our president. And then Wendy Hames is Sophia, the mother. And she's got the wig, and it's
a riot.
It's brilliantly written. Oh yeah, I wrote it. And anyway,
did. Bravo, lady.
It's a lot of fun and a lot of mistakes. The finale, we have Joe Selikov. We call him No Show Without Joe, and so everything goes wrong in this show. The music cues are wrong. the wrong props get on the table, people come in, they don't have the hearing aids on, just whatever you can imagine that could go wrong goes wrong in the show. So.
Now, are you in the show as well?
I am Donatella and Cuckoo. Donatella Versace and Cuckoo Chanel, a bit that Estelle and I do.
Okay.
Yeah, we make a little cameo appearance. So,
Yes.
yeah.
We actually have a funny picture. Look at this picture.
Yeah, we are.
Who is that on the left?
Yeah.
Which left?
I'm sorry.
Stage
the
left?
blonde-
Estelle?
Stage left.
So the
Nunzio.
tall one is Estelle and the short one is me.
Wow.
You probably couldn't have guessed it. That was the first time we did that
That
show.
is funny.
One of
Look
my
at you with that now.
favorite. If they stopped doing that, I think I would quit Theater Guild.
Yeah.
I love Donatella and Cuckoo Chanel.
Yeah, we've
That's
done
so
about
funny.
5 different bits.
Yeah.
Estelle always writes a new bit.
Oh, I
We're
love it.
hysterical.
That is great. And so that is going to be at the next meeting that you have.
That is what
Okay.
could possibly go wrong.
Okay.
We're neighbors who pop in.
Okay. All right. And what else do we have on the table?
Well, then we have Le Grand Fromage. Ta-da! Oh, you have it there. That's very nice. And this is a scholarship to support the scholarship, the Benji Johnson Scholarship Fund. Benji was a former president of Theater Guild who died of cancer, and what her uncle donated some money and said, do what you think would be right. And so we started a scholarship fund for Laguna Hills High School drama students.
Oh, great.
We've given out 5 years, we've given out scholarships. And so we thought it would be really nice to do a benefit and see if we could get a little more money in the coffers for these, either support more children or give them a little bit more money.
And at what point do you actually provide the scholarship money?
We do it right at the end of the school year.
Oh,
So,
okay.
so we have the teacher, Susan Lord, is the one who tells us whom they feel is the most deserving student.
Okay.
And they've all gone off to college. And
Okay.
at the last meeting, one of them performed, and she's already ready for Broadway. I mean, she's
Oh,
amazing. So it's our way of giving back to the community of people who are like-minded.
Yeah, that's right. That's great. And then you also have something else that's coming
Yes,
up.
we've always got
You've
lots of
always got
stuff.
some. And
Okay,
this is auditions this time.
auditions
Oh, your
for
holiday.
in New York.
Nice.
So this, we had done a show for another friend who died of cancer, Sandy Baxter, who couldn't go to New York because she wasn't well enough. So we brought New York to her. And so we did various locations, Statue of Liberty, and so forth. And we thought we would parlay that into a holiday show. And so we're writing some really Bob Matante, who is our murder mystery detective, he is from Brooklyn, as is Estelle. So we're writing a Brooklyn scene with doo-wop. So just, it's going to be really very engaging, I hope, with lots of different types of music featuring different locations in New York. And
always something fun.
Yeah.
Always something great.
Always.
We do.
Yeah.
I love that. And Eveline, is there anything else that you would like to share with us regarding the Theater Guild?
Well, I just want to say that this show is just, you've got to come to the next meeting, September 15th, 6:30. I don't know if you mentioned it. It's so much fun. I mean, I haven't done anything for a couple of years, and Barbara just thought I would just play it. Be good at Blanche, so she asked me to do that sweet Blanche, who's from the South, a kind of a honey girl who, she's the pretty one, and she's the one who's a little boy crazy, and anyway, Blanche and Rose do a skit together, and it's so much fun, and so many mistakes go wrong, and the audience isn't going to know what was supposed to be a mistake and what really is part of the script, because which is good, and it's so much fun, and it's really hard to do because the cast keeps breaking up and laughing. So
I'm sure. It's funny how you would wonder how they got through even one episode of that show, right?
After every rehearsal, it's like, we should have taped the rehearsal.
This is
too funny.
But
Well, thank you both so much.
Thank
we appreciate
you,
the
Lisa.
information, and good luck with all your stuff.
Thank you.
Excellent. Or do they say
Pleasure
break a
to be
leg,
here.
right?
Yeah, break
Thank
break
you.
a leg. All right, thank you.
Seems so violent.
If you want more information about the Theater Guild and all of their great activities, you can go to theaterguildlw.com. We'll be right back.
Welcome to Balbina's Mexican Restaurant. Stop by and experience the most authentic Mexican food in the region. We are serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We have a very extensive Mexican wine list from Valle de Guadalupe and the center of Mexico. Visit us for breakfast and lunch from 8 in the morning to 2 p.m. and for dinner from 5 to 9 p.m. Stop by on Wednesdays and enjoy with half off on all of our wines.
Adventure has a new look. The 2022 Subaru Forester Wilderness. Shore-footed symmetrical all-wheel drive. Paired with all-terrain Yokohama Geolander tires. Plus 9.2 inches of ground clearance. Discover adventure on a deeper level. The all-new 2022 Subaru Forester Wilderness.
Irvine Subaru. Buy online, just come in to sign. Get 2 years complimentary maintenance included on all new Subarus.
We have some Mac classes that we wanted to let you know about. So if you're having any trouble with your Macintosh computer, you want to take a look at these classes. So throughout September, every Thursday at 1 p.m. is an intermediate iPad class. And then every Friday at 1 p.m. is an iPhone class. If you want more info, you go to themacclub.org. All right, let's take a look at our weather one last time. We are expecting it to be very hot throughout the weekend and into next week. And we are looking at very rainy skies over the next couple of days. We have partly cloudy, 91-78, 95-71, 87-75, 84-73, and 83-74. So try to stay cool, and if you need to, well, here's a look at the, it's actually starting out as a hurricane, but it'll end up as a tropical depression over much of Southern California, and we are expecting rain well into Saturday evening. And then also cooling centers, just to let you know, if you are hot and you need to go cool off, you can go to Clubhouse 1, 4, 5, and 7, Village Greens Lobby, and the Village Library. Have a great day in the Village. We'll see you again tomorrow right here on Village Television at 9 a.m. with This Day. Bye-bye.
Are you or someone you know facing financial challenges from unexpected emergency expenses? The foundation of Laguna Woods Village can provide the temporary help you need. Meals on Wheels, adult day services, dental services, medical alert services, and ambulance contracts. Contact the Village Social Services at 949-597-4267 to see if you qualify. Neighbors helping neighbors. The mission of the foundation of Laguna Woods Village.